Budweiser Canada, one of our sponsors. Quick plug.
Now I'm happy to bring on our next guest. He plays out here in San Jose. He's been a Shark for a few years now. He's a 6-time All-Star. He's a Norris Trophy winner. He just played in his 1,000th career game. Congrats on that. He's one of the true characters of the NHL for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Brent Burns.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Doing all right now. I'm in this position. Yeah.
That intro was awesome till the producer grabbed his wrist to get the microphone from him. So our special guest, our last guest of this trip pretty much, and the guy that I'm happy we were able to get and see last because you play here. You've turned into a complete superstar here, I would say. It's when, everything took off. And it seems like you love it. I mean, a lot of people say San Jose could be, quiet, and we've seen that, but you have a family and you just really enjoy being here, no?
Yeah, this place is awesome. I think you guys heard stories about Jumbo. I heard Daddy Demers talking about him the other day.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about that guy. He's an ultimate legend on the ice, but off the ice, it's he just helps so many people. He's an unbelievable guy. Loves the game, and shit, he makes the rink fun every day.
So you two guys have, with the beards, and you're kind of connected forever. But I want to know about the body shoot day. Because what was that like? Was your wrench just hanging out, or was it like what's going on there?
Boys, that was the worst case of false advertising ever. When they sucked us into that, it was awesome. It was fun, but they told us, we were in robes and shorts. They'd get like the perfect shot with like all the people there, and then they'd clear the set. We'd drop our drawers and we'd take
Nobody would be there, right?
I was naked for 8 hours. I just got back from Disneyland. I must have mucked like 30 funnel cakes. Terrible body. Jumbo was coming off surgery, so all he did was work out and he did the spray tan. He looked great. I looked awful. And I was naked for 8 hours, and they never cleared the set once. There's 50 people around.
Yeah, like,
so they can just see your hammer.
I was insane.
I mean, I would
people holding up hats so that the camera couldn't see. But they were right behind us, right
by.
My God. Like, it was insane. It was.
I would have been laughed off that set. I'll tell you that for free.
I told Scotty Upshaw. I think Joffrey Lupul did one.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't know whether he did or not, but the conversation of popping a dick pill would definitely cross my mind. I'm pretty sure he did one as well. But I mean, you need some help if you're there for 8 hours. At one point, it's going to shrink up, and like you don't need that getting out there.
No,
that was tough. I didn't want any extra footage. Yeah, I gotta hold that up.
You and RA, between you and RA, you're struggling.
I struggle too with it. Sometimes I'm like talking to you like this.
Let's talk about your kids being on the ice again. Like they don't live like normal kids. They know that that's not normal.
No, he doesn't. He thinks he should be in the league. He wanted in the 1,000th game. He was like, I asked Doug if he could come out, and the team was awesome. They let him come out of the Shark Head, and he's like, am I going to be able to stay out there for the national anthem? I said, well, like, oh, my God, would you just take what you can get there? Shit. He wanted to play shifts. He wanted to sit on the bench. And then he says to me, well, I played in the All-Star game a couple years ago, so, like, I'm a pro. I can do it. I'm like, buddy, just go shoot some pucks in the backyard. Like, he thinks he's a part of the boys.
Tell him what you told me just when we were on your bus there when you were just like, I'm gonna kill you. What are you doing right now?
Yeah, the whole All-Stars game, he's it's for them. I love having him create memories like that. But every event, he's inching closer and closer to all he wants to do is shoot pucks and go on breakaways. And I'm like, buddy, these guys are in the middle of the passing drills. Like, get over here. So I'm like, all these cameras around. I'm like, Jags, I'm gonna choke you as soon as there's no cameras. Like, would you just sit your ass down? And he's like, yeah, okay. He comes in close. Next thing I know, he's out like 10 feet, and then he's 12 feet. He's like trying to get into the drills. Dad, you think I can go shoot? I'm like, no, you can't shoot on these guys.
It's like the Rams head coach. They got a guy on the sideline who keeps him reeled in. You got to put a bungee cord on his pants.
Yeah, it's always interesting with him.
Whit mentioned the beard a few minutes ago. Is there any inspiration for the beard or the samurai look you've had going on lately?
Yeah, I think for me, it just kind of goes back to the first pictures I had as a kid. My dad always had a big beard, and he's obviously been a huge mentor to me. And I don't know, it's one of those weird things. I think it's built into the brain there. He had the big beard. Just kind of always wanted it. I couldn't grow one for the longest time, and takes me a long time still to do it. So I don't really shave it much, but it's kind of stuck, and then it became its own thing. So it can't really go anywhere.
You can't shave it now.
Yeah, it's like I got something going on with Jack Links, and it's right in there. You can't shave. And I had a buddy that was buckled.
Oh, we got a contract.
Contract guy.
Wow.
I had a buddy that was buckled here one night, and he was fucking around, and he came up with scissors, and the scissors folded. but he tried to cut it. I was like, fuck. You shave this thing, I'm in one.
That would have been an expensive cut.
Yeah, it would have been a tough one. So we ended up wrestling in the front yard after.
I want to go back to the start of your career. You played 1 year in the OHL. No offense, I didn't even know who you were when you were drafted. You went 20th overall, and they call your name, and everyone's just like, who? Because you only played 1 year junior, hadn't really come on the scene yet, and then you stand up in the crowd and you have a short sleeve dress shirt on.
I had a tough outfit.
The Sipowitz, like
Yeah, you always hear about guys going to like the store and their, agents getting them a nice custom suit and all. I think I got mine from Sears. It was it might have been Kmart. I think Kmart was like the big one in Ontario. So Kmart suit. It was like my first suit. Never been on an airplane before. It was crazy. It was just and me and my dad were actually throughout the draft. We were kind of picking guys, because we knew a lot of these guys. And my dad said, for the Wild, Jacques, he loves defensive guys, smart centerman. So we had a guy on our team, Camille Krebs. He was rated pretty high. Yeah, he was a good centerman, defensively responsible. My dad says, I think Krebs is going to get picked. So they said, from Brampton Battalion, he's like, fucking gotcha. And then they said my name, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what do I do? And then they're like, you got to go down there. If I take my bad suit jacket off. I got my short sleeve dress shirt. I was like, oh boy. I was in the nosebleeds. It took me like 40 minutes to get down there. I was so far away. I didn't have the good seats down low. My dad's got his Hawaiian flower shirt on. It was Did
he have the big beard then still?
No, I didn't. He's had a battle with the hair, I think. No hair on top. And he can still grow the chest hair and the back hair, but
the ones you don't want. The hair you don't want.
Yeah, he's got nothing else now.
And you were drafted as a forward.
Drafted as a forward.
So you've had a wild career as far as positions. Like, I guess we'll start there. Like, and then how long do you switch to D? And
I was never really a goal scorer, so that's kind of like, I was just worked hard, and but shit, you get to the next level, and it's like, I remember Willie Mitchell telling me something my first year. He said, like, what do you do? And it's kind of always stuck with me. So if you got to do something well, and as a forward, I was like, well, I work hard. And he's like, fuck, so does everybody else. Like,
so do washing machines.
Yeah, you got to do something. So, I kind of, after that first year, we had the lockout. And at the end of that year, we weren't very good. We missed the playoffs. We had a bunch of D get hurt. And they said, like, hey, we need a guy to play D. Our minor league team was really good. They ended up winning is it Calder?
Yeah.
No, not Calder.
It's called the Calder Cup.
No, the Calder Cup?
Yeah, it's called the Calder Cup. Not to be confused. Same as
you're a
rookie year.
superstar in the NHL. Like, what is that other trophy down there?
I won one, so just be careful what you say about it.
In
Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester.
So be careful what you say about the Calder Cup.
No, they had a great team, and they didn't want to wreck their run. They wanted to keep it going for them, so they asked if I minded to play the last 6 games as a D-man, and Jacques really liked what he saw, and he saw me as moving forward as a D-man. So it was that's how it happened. And first time playing D, we were playing against Medano, and he said, like, first, if he's on the ice, get off.
Yeah.
But if he's moving and his jersey's flapping, turn around and start skating forward. It's like, get the fuck back. I was like, oh God. I played a little bit of D growing up. I kind of switched back and forth. I played in Kuchaching, half and half, the same kind of thing. Guy got hurt, played D. So I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Do you ever miss playing forward?
I had a lot of fun playing with Jumbo. I think. We had a.
It's crazy. Like you came to San Jose, and then you switched back to forward for a bit.
I mean, that guy can make a lot of guys look good playing forward. Yeah. So I played with him and TJ Gagliardi. We had a fun line. TJ Gagliardi still to this day talks about he's the hardest working guy, and he never got a fucking point. He'd always get the third apple with the boys. It was unbelievable.
Well, he got a lot of points because he fed us some stories, and we're going to get to those in a bit, but we'll continue. Then let's talk about the trade and when you got moved over. Like, obviously, you were probably pretty surprised at the time.
Yeah, it was. There had always been kind of rumors for maybe a year, 2 years that I was going to be the guy to kind of get moved. We were always we were a good team, but we couldn't take that next step. So that morning that I ended up getting dealt, it was in Minnesota, the draft, and I had an autograph signing the next day. So I was training already, and my agent called and he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm in the gym." He said, "I think you're gonna get traded today. We just had a kid 3 days before that, so my wife was in the hospital
first
still."
Kid?
Second.
Okay.
So we had a 1-year-old, and then my son was born. He was still in the NICU. He was like the Avatar baby. He still had the blue lights. So what's that?
The
jaundice.
Yes,
he had jaundice. Yes. So he had the fucking blue lights all over him. My wife was with him, and so he's like, "I think you're gonna get dealt today." I was like, "Oh fuck, all right." do you know where? He's like, no clue. I said, so I called my wife. I said, hey, you should come home. I think we're going to get traded today. And she's like, oh, fuck. Like, it just turned into a nightmare. Ended up getting traded at the draft. Yeah, it was crazy. We ended up flying out here 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half later. My little guy was, pretty young. It was just crazy.
That's when people don't realize like the real life aspects of the trades. We talk about it a lot, but like people are excited, like, oh, Burns to San Jose, but then like he's had a baby. His wife's like, wait, what's happening?
Burnsy's like the kids. What about all the animals?
Yeah, the reptiles are stuck.
Okay, so we're getting into the animals, and you mentioned Gagliardi, so it's perfect timing because the one story we have is the incident with the half wolf, half husky before a game. Does this ring a bell? Where apparently you needed stitches before the game?
No, it was a cheetah.
It was a cheetah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Gagliardi. Oh, in that case, it was a cheetah.
We won't tell it, Pat. We won't tell it.
Yeah, it's not even worth it now.
Yeah, it was with Jumbo and Colin White, who was like
Whitey.
Yeah, one of the funniest guys.
Yeah.
Best voice in sports. Tough guy. Terrified of animals.
Oh, really?
So it was like, I can't say the place because they might get in trouble, but we had this like an animal experience. They were bringing animals in, and you remember David Wilcox's song "The Bearcat"?
No,
it's a huge song in Canada. The Bearcat.
Because he's like, do they play it in Vegas clubs?
Yeah. So this, I thought it was just a fucking song. There's a real animal, a bearcat. They brought this bearcat up. It crawled up my leg, sitting on my shoulder. I was like, holy shit. Whitey is gone. He's like looking through a glass window, and so they bring these cheetahs. We're watching the cheetahs run, and they said, we've got a female. She's really docile. You guys can get a picture with her. We're like, fuck, that's awesome. It was kind of cold where we were. We were on the road. We were playing the next day, and I had a cashmere sweater on, and I learned after from the zookeeper, he's like, fuck, I should have said something like the wool in it kind of can turn their predatory aspects
instincts,
on.
yeah.
His instincts, so like turn it on. So I put my arm around this cheetah, which they told me to do, and that fucker turned and smoked me in the rib cage.
Oh.
And Jumbo is dying laughing. I think I'm fucking done. And Whitey ran,
shit.
and it was crazy. And they're like, fuck, are you all right? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it fucking smoked me. So, you ever see somebody step on a nail?
Yeah.
They get like the imprint. I had these 4 imprints of the teeth. It was fucked.
Really?
It was crazy. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't know how sore I was going to be the next day. And I was like, Jumbo, we can't tell anybody. Like, they might get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't really want anybody knowing.
I could miss a game because of a cheetah attack.
Yeah.
Hey, in San Jose, they got the fear factor thing or whatever, the scare tactics with Roenick. They get dealing with more off-ice shit in San Jose than they can fucking handle.
It was insane. So then I get to the rink the next day and fucking everybody knows Jumbo's just dying, still laughing. It was crazy.
Did you have to get stitches for the bite?
No, it was kind of like just like a nail, like an imprint.
Oh,
so
wow.
I had that,
Okay.
So G kind of got it wrong. He said that you had to try to what?
Oh fuck, that's a different story.
Okay, perfect. Let's go.
cheetah story.
Let's do it, baby.
We had
the T-Rex.
Just
Yeah,
the fact that
fuck.
it begins with I have to, what is it? Establish dominance over my animal.
Fuck. We
I
had,
can't even establish dominance over like my wife.
I know. Yeah, I did. I lost this one too. So he's still a dominant male. We had 2 huskies, and we had male and female, and our female was in heat, and this guy would not stop fucking her for like 3 days. He just was pumping her, and she was all she wanted to do was eat and drink. So I kind of cornered him, and they were like, "Well, if you bite his ear, you'll be the dominant male. And he'll start to listen." So I get him in the corner, and I'm fucking growling at him, and I get close, and I'm starting to bite him. I'm trying to bite his ear, and this fucker turns around.
How you don't have any teeth?
Yeah, he smokes me in the head. I got lit up for stitches. Call the team doc. I'm like, hey, my dog just bit me in the head. I need to come over. And he's like, holy fuck. Put my helmet on the next day. It was the worst. Like, fucking lit up with zips on the top.
The dog's like, can I stitch you up in your driveway, please?
Yeah.
I don't want to go in there.
So the dog, he wins the fight, goes and screws his buddy there, and kept going. It was nuts.
So the love of the animals, like I've always been so curious to all that. What was the beginning of it? Did you grow up with animals, and then what was like your first pet when you're in the NHL? Like what started it all?
I always loved animals. I loved going to the zoo. Didn't really have animals growing up, like cats and dogs kind of thing. But yeah, I just always it was kind of a way to get away from the game, and everybody kind of deals with it differently. Biz likes to dance at the club. I kind of like animals, so
you like to get bit by animals in the head.
Yeah, most of the time it's me losing fights with these things. Man, it's tough. My first animal was that's kind of how the snake thing started. I had lizards, so they were kind of easy. I was single, living alone, so they were easy. You had the lights on timers, food. You just chuck like 100 crickets in there, and they were good to go for like our 7-day trips and stuff. And but I was seeing people buy these snakes, and I was like, fuck, they're crazy. And some of these snakes are expensive, and I was always terrified of them. So I became friends with the reptile owner, and I ended up with a snake, and I was like fucking terrified. I'd handle these things with oven mitts with business hockey gloves for a while.
like ones that you would feed mice and stuff?
Yeah.
Live mice?
Yeah, but you have to go in there and clean the cage every once in a while, so I'd have oven mitts. I was terrified to get bit.
What was the first snake you owned?
Ball python.
Okay.
Yeah, I had ball python, which I had most. That was it was close to like 400 I had at the end, but mostly ball pythons. But I had boa constrictors. I had a retic, a Burmese, the bigger snakes too.
So you're single at the beginning of all this. When you meet your wife, is she like cool with this, or you're like, hey, this is a deal breaker?
She was
for me?
no, she was great with it.
Yeah.
She liked the animals too, but
Okay.
it was I said the other day, but she always says it was false advertising too. I had all my teeth, no tattoos, no snakes. So, shit's changed.
The picture of you from first camp to now is the ultimate 10 or 12-year challenge that we're seeing lately. It's like this nice preppy kid, handsome, and then all of a sudden it's like, who is this savage?
I had like
the Sons
the
of
dyed
Anarchy?
blonde hair. Fuck, it was,
Yeah.
a little different.
You never owned any poisonous snakes, did you?
No, they always said like
Yeah.
it takes like 10 to 12 months to lose a finger.
Yeah.
I needed those things.
I never understood why people would want a poisonous one.
Speaking of the transformation, going back to the start of your career, we caught wind that you used to drive around in an RV all summer and just kind of pointed to a place on the map and would just drive there. And this is before you had kids, correct?
No. It started here. We had we had our 2 kids. It kind of started with them because we wanted them to, to see the country. I'm from Ontario. My wife's from Texas, so instead of flying, I don't really like flying. I didn't like. I'm kind of a.
You're like Madden.
Yeah, I always got my.
I
got a
bus
backpack
everywhere. Meet the team.
Yeah, so I kind of like that style, and so we had the RV to kind of travel with the kids and have our shit and go from Ontario to Texas, kind of back here, and we just loved it. We loved the lifestyle of having all our stuff, and I was kind of older, so I knew where I had to be physically to be able to play, and I could push myself to do it, and we loved it.
And you would do workouts at like 7-Elevens.
Yeah, mostly at like Walmarts. Walmarts were great with the RVs. So they always have like the big parking lot to be able to maneuver these big vehicles, and you could go in and get your supplies and stuff. And yeah, underneath I'd have all my weights. I bring a little bench, dumbbells, and do a lot of circuit stuff. And
anyone ever like just come over and join you?
No, but a lot of people would come over and watch, be like, what the fuck's going on here? I'd have a big setup. I'd have the canopies out and everything.
There's a tip jar.
Yeah.
There's a tip jar at the front.
I
Street
should've.
entertainer.
Yeah, I have to keep my shirt on to get any tips, but it was, yeah, we had fun.
Dude randomly working out in a wall behind.
Sometimes it'd be like late too. I was pretty good. I wouldn't skip any workouts. I'd drive for like 12, 14 hours, and it'd be 11:30. I put the music on and work out, go for runs, and I brought my bike, so it was great.
All we need is a wild animal fight in the Walmart parking lot to take.
Yeah, I'd get dusted in that too, probably.
Hey, so you said to me on your bus that you did that a lot because you wanted your kids to see the world, but then now you have the ranch, so it's a little different. So how did you go about getting this? I know your wife's from Texas, but how cool is it to just have that much land, be able to do whatever you want?
Yeah, I think when you have kids, you start to realize you pass something down, and I think it's important to have something that they call their own. We kind of grew up with like a cottage, or you see a lot of guys that have that, and I'm scared of fish, so I don't really like going in the lake.
Not cheetahs, but fish.
I know, fuck, it's bad. So I just think there's something special about having a big acreage that is yours. You can call it your own, something that they can call home. They go back to. That's always going to be there and have memories. And Texas, we love that. The people are great. The food's awesome. And the outdoor life it can't be beat.
Perfect.
You hunt for your own food too, don't you? Get up every morning real early.
I don't hunt every day, but we hunt. When we need our meat, and we've got
not Ralph's or Whole Foods.
No, I mean on the road I still eat a lot of beef, but at home we eat a lot of elk and axis and some different antelopes around the world that. We breed a lot of, and we keep the herds healthy by harvesting some males.
It's insane. It's unbelievable. So, like this year, I mean, we'll get a little into the hockey. I think a little bit of like a slow start for the team with all the changes with Carl coming in and stuff, but now it seems like you guys have kind of started to hit your stride. How cool is it playing with Carlson, and then also just like looking forward to this season, legitimate contender for the Cup?
Yeah, San Jose's, that's one of the best parts about playing here is every year
we
know that they're gonna make a push and make sure that we're in contention. And as a player, that's all you want. It's gonna be tough to do it. It's my 15th year, and I've had a sniff one time, so it's that's all of our dreams, but we know it's tough. And getting Carl, it's huge. He's a world-class talent. He's a fun guy to be with off the ice. We have a good time together, and it's been fun.
What about another guy that I just know a little bit is Pavelski. So
Pokey, the Rocket.
Everyone always tells me there's nothing he isn't good at, huh? Like he's the guy who everything he does, he wins. You're like,
fucking golf, he goes out, he's a scratch golfer. Baseball, he's good at. Football, I mean, it's just he's like Captain America. I mean, that's his nickname, but it's he's an unbelievable, and he does everything right. He never screws a drill up.
Yeah,
doesn't I bust drills up all the time. It's like it's brutal. And this guy just does everything right. He's just that. He's just a great professional, great guy. Yeah,
he's sick at tipping pucks too. I think he might be the best in the league. Maybe
it's insane.
You just sauce him in there. He's just like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I mean, in practice, I every morning we try to go out early and I shoot 100 pucks and he's pissed if he misses one. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's unreal.
Even if I fuck the shot up and I'm supposed to be shooting forehand and I wire a roller backhand and it's right at him, he still gets out of the way, but he still manages to get a stick on it. It's we've developed a really good chemistry with we both bring to the game and our skills. I think my attribute is getting shots through, and I'm blessed to play with a guy that other than him and Sid are the two best guys that I've seen with hand-eye. It's crazy.
But it's true. Like a D-man like you getting everything through. Lidstrom got everything through, and Holmstrom was there. So it gets you so many more points just because
he used to dash me up too.
Oh.
He tipped from like 6 feet away. It's unbelievable.
He'd be like this through your legs back. You're like, motherfucker.
It's a crazy talent because guys are all over. These guys are getting pushed or getting cross-checked, sticks getting taken away, and they still manage to get it free. And he's tipping them with like straight on too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about the SEAL Team 6 buddies you have. You probably got some wild stories.
Fuck yeah, it's I think for me there's been different things that have motivated me through my career. And the one night we had the suite here, they said usually they do like welcome to Burnsy's battalion, and one night we had a bunch of guys come in and they said, hey, we can't really be on the screen.
They're very undercover.
Yeah,
they don't even like the stories.
They don't
told,
want credit or anything.
Yeah, they're just incredible humans. I mean, shit, the things they do, the shape they're in. I had one guy over here in the cold tub. He held his breath for like 2.5 minutes in the cold tub, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's a flex.
That's insane.
It's insane. It's crazy. Just to see him swim in the pool. It was tough. He took his shirt off too and just jacked. I was like, "Fuck, honey, stay inside. You can't come outside." We became pretty close.
We got a fourth kid out of the way.
Yeah, fuck. Doesn't look anything like me. Great body, abs. Fuck, yeah, definitely not mine. He's just ultimate guys. It's pretty obviously their job is very different from ours, but similar group, team room. The way they chirp each other. Even they talk about. Even when they're on missions and they're in the earpiece chirping each other like, oh fuck, I saw you slip on that rock, you idiot. Like similar stuff to what we do, and that's how they're keeping themselves loose and keeping focused, and just incredible. I went and visited my one buddy and was training with him in the gym, and
oh man,
we kind of were rotating workouts. I do like our team workout the one day, and then he would do one of his workouts the next day, and I'll never forget squatting. We're doing like back squats, and the guy next to me had no legs, and he was fucking squatting a lot of weight, and I was like, holy fuck, like incredible just to see that the sacrifice, and not only them but their families, but it's just incredible.
Fuck, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, right. Going back to Carlson, when he came to the team, you guys obviously play very similar style, the same type of game. What kind of adjustments to your game did you have to make, if any?
I think we hear other people talk about at the start we were kind of deferring to each other a lot, trying to
Because you're both good guys.
Like
That's
respect.
why.
Yeah, you
It's
didn't really
respect.
want to step on each other's toes. You know, I think I've been traded before. I know how it feels. You want to welcome him with open arms and make sure he feels comfortable. I think he doesn't want to step on anybody's toes, and it just takes time, I think, to develop that chemistry. I think, especially with him, he's a world-class passer, so he's trying to figure out, you know, where guys go and how they skate and how
Where
they're
they
doing
want it.
different things. Yeah, different things like that, and you know, it just takes time to click. And off the ice, it was great right away. He's a fun dude off the ice.
Yeah,
We
he
have
is.
a lot of we have a lot of fun, and
His cockiness is so perfect too.
Oh,
Like,
it's
he's just,
incredible.
like, he can pull it off. What about in the room? Like, is there a clown of the group? Biz usually says that. Like,
I love
any
hearing
guy in the
who the
room that
clowns are.
goofs around the
yeah.
most.
Well, we play with, I mean, the loosest guy in the NHL is Jumbo. I mean, it's
nonstop in there. Just
which is
laughing.
always why I always say it's you know, having a guy like that is a legend of the game. He's gonna go down as one of the best players ever.
Yep.
Works his bag off, but also has the most fun. You know, he creates that atmosphere where everybody can be themselves. And you know, before it's kind of, you know, I didn't want to be a guy laughing, be loud, because you almost don't think it's right. It's not okay to do. But when you play with a guy, you know, we get steamrolled 7-0. It's like a morgue. You don't even want to talk. You don't want to breathe. You don't want to call anybody on the phone. And then he's like, hey, we got a fucking song for Burnsy, and he puts a song on the speaker. Hey, this is for Pavs, and it fucking puts an old school weird ass song on it. I mean, the guy's he's fucking. We've done some crazy stuff. I can't remember what year, but we were kind of making our push, and he started chopping guys' hairs off and put it in a Ziploc bag, and we carried this bag of dude's hair like a player of the game. You know, they wear like the fire hat and the police hat. We were cutting guys' hairs off and keeping them in a Ziploc bag. It was like, what the fuck is this shit happen? Like,
Like, when did this begin?
yeah, he's every year it was crazy.
Well, it's crazy to think about. I mean, he's obviously it's coming to an end. I don't know if it's anytime soon. Have you talked to him about, you know, what his plans are for the future? And
I think he's a guy that loves the rink. He's gonna play until they don't let him. I think, you know, he's in incredible shape. The guy doesn't take a day off. He goes on a day off. He will go to the rink just to shower. Like, fuck, you have a huge house, beautiful shower at home.
Loves the game.
Just loves being at the rink,
Yeah.
seeing the trainers, you know, giving him kidney shots. I mean, this guy is he's the ultimate rink rat. But man, he gets a puck. It's not many guys can pass a puck like him, and you know, underrated shot. Doesn't like to shoot, but when he does, it's top titty 2x4, as he likes to say.
I heard that. Yeah, sometimes the coaches would be. Who was the coach before DeBoer? Sorry,
Tom McClellan.
Tom McClellan. He would like stop the video and be like, "Gotta shoot that," and he'd be like, "Nah, I'm a passer."
Yeah. I'm a disher. He said, I'm a fucking disher. Yeah, he's just an incredible guy.
I've always, like, because he married a girl from Switzerland, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
he met during and people were like, he'd probably go when he's done in the NHL, play a year over there. Like, he just loves hockey. Which
Yeah, I
is-
guess he's like all over the rink there. He's got a nice house right in the mountains there, and
That'll do.
because he goes there in the summer and trains with those
does
guys and skates with them, and yeah, he's an animal. I mean, he's and he loves the game, so he'll play forever.
I think it would be, you know, even more so than Ovi last year, the whole entire fan base of hockey to see him
Oh,
get a cup.
man.
It's
Yeah.
like that.
It's almost like Ray Bork, you know,
I
like
know,
when
I
that
know.
happened, it was.
So it's a reason that everyone is like with San Jose. When, you know, the other 2 years ago, wherever it was, it's like I think that everyone will be rooting for you guys as you get, you know, further into those playoffs.
Yeah, I got to keep. Fuck, it's tough.
I know,
You
it's
just-
such a
You
grind.
give yourself a chance, and you know, you hope the magic happens. When we
Yeah.
went on that run, it just felt so special for the three rounds. We lost the magic and ran against a great team, but
Yeah.
it's crazy when you have that run, the feelings you have.
And also, like, the memories we were saying the other day. Who were we talking to that went to the finals and lost? I remember we've been interviewing so many
Well,
guys.
no, you
Cameron?
mentioned that Gary when you know
Yeah,
you said the
that's who
story
it
a
was.
few times. Gary Roberts.
Gary Roberts just gives a big speech. You'll never know when you get back, and it's true. It's just, I mean, you've said
You've been making the
something.
playoffs. I mean,
know.
it's like
Burnsy, I had one of
It's
those
crazy.
magical runs
Is
to
it-
the Calder Cup finals.
Yeah,
and
which
we
trophy
actually,
is
we
that?
actually closed the
Which
deal.
league
yeah,
is that?
close it up.
We sealed the deal.
Yeah, they say it's like the closest team in history. You know, you guys still have like the reunions and shit.
No, but we all got along great, and like you said, like it's just like it's magical. You can't really describe it. The friends you have forever. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
So it's your sixth All-Star game, as we mentioned. Is there anything you still look forward to this week, and then also who you're looking forward to playing with?
Yeah, I'm glad the hardest shot thing's over. But that's the hardest part about the weekend is just getting the events over with. I think the 3-on-3 is awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it makes it more fun. At the end of the day, we want to work. We want to play hard, and it's 5-on-5. It was just tough. You didn't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to hit anybody with shots. So it's like, fuck, you're just getting scared when guys getting in the lane. You don't want to hurt a goalie. It was just hard to work and play hard. And then so when you don't want to do that, it just
makes it look bad. It's like not a good
it's
product.
so hard. Yeah, it's hard. 3-on-3, you're forced to work. You got enough room where you're not going to hurt anybody. It's a fun thing to play. It's awesome.
Oh, how about that coin? I forget her first name.
Oh, she was.
Oh, it was awesome.
She was
buzzing, huh?
fuck, dude. She faster than I've ever been in my life.
We were trying to talk Pavelski into doing the fastest skater, just to say like fuck, kick the mascots out of the way and say like, hey, fuck, let's get the rocket around the ice and take like a 1.5 lap. But I think when he saw her buzzing like that, it's like, boy, she's gonna double me. It can't happen. Like I can't do it. It was awesome.
I mean, the fact that you come do this interview with us the day of the All-Star game, we want to thank you so much, dude. It's a pleasure to watch you. I mean, you turned into, like I said, a superstar with a lot of flair and a character of the game. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, boys.
And we're gonna have to rent his RV, his fancy one to drive.
That we were told we were gonna have for this trip, and now we're like, holy fuck.
That's like when I go on my dating apps. I'm like, oh yeah. And then you meet him out, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Where are you going this summer? Any plans yet this summer?
Yeah, we'll drive out to the Colorado. I love driving through the mountains there, seeing some. I like looking for like the wild elk herds and shit, going through the mountains, and then
Nice.
go to the ranch after that. I usually try to drive up to Toronto, see my family. Do you ever do skate on?
No.
I think you went. No, you didn't do skate on.
What was that on the treadmill?
No, the skills, the hands with Yari.
Oh fuck you.
You did, Yari.
No, I didn't. Are you nuts?
Come on.
No, man. I was too busy at Marquee in Las Vegas in my summer's training. No, I've been to BioSteel camps and
So you saw Yari there.
Yeah, Yari has came out. He would come up, but I would just kind of stand off to the side.
He's like
and watch
busy getting it off the
David.
ice now.
Like, you.
I was the before,
He's the
and then they
best.
would send somebody else to do it right. They would wear
You're the guy
these-
that went up and killed all the pylons. The pylons are all over the ice, over the glass and shit.
I tell you what, though, I think I could have done better than half the guys doing that puck relay yesterday.
That
Oh,
thing's
I wouldn't
hard,
want
huh?
to be in that one though.
The passing too is tough.
The
Holy
passing,
fuck.
like
The saucer passing?
Yeah.
and then like
You'd have been taking wristers over the
Oh.
glass, huh?
How about when you have to scoop the puck up and like put it through the lit up section?
But they screwed guys because sometimes it's like the third one was the low one.
where you could shoot it into the net.
I
Yeah,
said that.
County
Yeah,
Hockey
you get a
still
double.
won it, and he had to go. He had to pick it up.
Yeah,
on
he's
that one.
that kid. Is
He won me $20
So-
bucks from Whit. And
Yeah.
then Whit was being a sore loser after. He's like, oh, whatever, it's $20. Well, then why are you so fucking mad about it, Whit?
Tight arms, couldn't get back there.
Thanks for doing this. We'd love to come down to the ranch in the summer, maybe do a little content piece of seeing if Whit can
Love to get you
survive.
boys out
He's a
there.
bit of a cake eater now because Sidney Crosby put 20 sheets in
Put
his
it
bag.
this way: if you send me out to get dinner, it's like you guys are never eating again. I'll be the dinner for some animal out there.
We'll get you to wrestle a zebra.
Yeah, exactly. I am a zebra.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Great stuff. Thanks
fellas.
Bernsey.
Thanks for having me.